You've seen it before, JavaScript code that looks like it was written in the Stone Age. Nested if statements, endless and checks, and function spaghetti. Well, not anymore. Today, I'll show you how to enhance that fossil, with ES 2025 features that make your code cleaner, more readable, and future-proof. Refactoring isn't just about making code prettier, it's about reducing bugs, improving maintainability, and future-proofing your projects. In this video, we'll refactor 5 real examples using the latest ES 2025 features, like optional chaining, pipeline operators, and more. Let's dive in. Let's start with something simple, how we handle default values in functions. In legacy code, you've probably seen something like this. Here, we're checking if user exists, then if user.name exists, and if not, we fall back to guessed. This works, but it's verbose and error-prone. Now, with parameter destructuring and default values, we handle everything in one elegant step. We set the function parameter as an object, destructure name with a default value of guessed, and in case the function gets no argument, the entire parameter defaults to an empty object. This eliminates nested checks, improves readability, and reduces risk of runtime errors. Next, let's deal with deeply nested properties, every developer's nightmare. Here, we chain multiple conditions using and to prevent undefined errors. It's hard to read and easy to break. Now, with optional chaining, checks if user and address exist before accessing city. If any part is undefined, the entire expression short-circuits to undefined. Then we apply the Nullish coalescing operator to provide unknown only if the left side is null or undefined. Unlike the OR operator, it doesn't falsely trigger on empty strings or 0. Cleaner and safer. Old-school object-oriented JavaScript relied on constructor functions and prototypes. Here, count is publicly accessible, anyone can modify it, breaking encapsulation. Let's modernize that with ES 2025 class features. Now we're using ES 2025 private fields, marked with hashtag. These cannot be accessed outside the class, ensuring true encapsulation. This makes your code more secure and predictable, especially in large applications. Next, let's clean up asynchronous code. Previously, you had to wrap everything inside an async function, even for simple cases like this, but not anymore. With top-level await in ES modules, we can use await directly at the module level without wrapping code in an extra function. This simplifies scripts and is super handy for initial data fetching in apps. For our final refactor, let's tackle a task we've all had to deal with, grouping items in an array based on some property. In older JavaScript, this was a tedious mix of loops and conditionals. In ES 2025, we have a beautiful one-liner for it, object.groupBy. Here, we create an empty object, loop through each user, check if the role key exists, create it if not, and then push the user into the correct array. It works, but it's a lot of boilerplate, and it's easy to slip in bugs, especially when you're grouping by more complex logic. With ES 2025's object.groupBy, we simply pass our array and a grouping function. That function takes each item, in this case, user, and returns the key to group by. Here, that's user.role. JavaScript does the rest, creating an object where each key is a role, and each value is an array of matching items. No manual loops, no if checks, just clean, declarative code. So, we've taken 5 common legacy patterns and refactored them using modern JavaScript techniques: destructuring, optional chaining, private fields, top-level await, and array grouping. If you want cleaner, faster, and future-proof code, start using these today. Comment your worst legacy JavaScript snippet below. And that's a wrap. If you picked up a new trick today, smash that like button, and of course, hit subscribe so you don't miss next video. Alright, go write some beautiful code, and I'll catch you in the next one.